Hello everyone. So we will start our first program with Hello World program. So we all know Hello World is the first program in any developer also. So let's go start with the Hello World. So how to write the Hello World in the just a message dialog we will display. So how to display a message box? We'll type here in the action message. You can see here display messages. Let me drag and drop here. In the display message box title, I can put our first program, hello world. Message box icon, what icon you want to display, like question, warning, error. I want to display as information because I want to just display information dialog, hello world. Message box buttons, okay, cancel, yes, no, about, and all these things. You can select any kind of message box. I want to just click on OK button, and then first button, then close message box automatically. If you select this, then it will automatically display pop-up and automatically it will close, but I don't want. I want to click on OK button to close it, and you can see whatever the variable it produced, button pressed. Okay, you can see here the text of the button pressed. And on error, if there is any exception, we can set our rule, but I don't want to set any rule now at the very first stage. So then let me save it. Okay, so after saving, you can see here is our first message box is ready, and flow variable, you can see button pressed, it is showing here, and here you can see one selected action, one sub flow. Okay, then let me save it first. Flow hello world saved successfully. Okay, then let me run it, and here is our first program. You can see our first program, hello world. Okay, and below you can see status running. Okay, let me click OK button. It closed. So we have successfully completed our first program, hello world. Let me save it again just for the confirmation again, and let me close it. So here is our first program, hello world. Let me go and create a new program. Yeah, Excel automation should be fine. Excel automation, create. Okay, so it will open the Excel window for the automation. So what to do in Excel? If you can click here Excel, you can see there are number of actions are there. Okay, there are number of Excel actions are there. You can launch Excel, close Excel, save Excel, and all these things. So we will do one thing. We will perform a launch Excel, then we will read from the Excel file, and then we'll close it. And by the time we can write it to some notepad or some CSV file, that should be fine. Okay, so we will perform that. So what is our process flow? First is we will launch an Excel, then we will read from the Excel, then we'll write that to a, let's say, text file, then we will close the Excel. Okay, these are our 4 action items we have to perform. So let's start. First is our launch Excel. So drag this to main canvas area. So once you drag it to the canvas area, so in launch Excel, if you see, there are options like with a blank document and open a following document. Okay, so let's say if I want to open existing document, let's say if I want to open an existing, because as for our process flow, it will open an existing document, right? Then we can read it. If blank document means it will create a document for us, that one we'll see, but now we want to open an document. Okay, so then once I click on open the following document, it is asking me the document path. I have to create one Excel, maybe new, it's a text Excel. I'm just giving for namesake. I will put like students class mark percentage. Okay, So let's say student, I'll put some Mark, Raz, Deepak. Let's say, I think this should be fine. Class is here. I'll put like class 7, class 6, class 5. Okay, let's say they got mark is like 75, 45, 34. Let's say I'll just give random number. I'm giving percentage is, it's like 75. Let's say total mark is 75. It is 100%. It is something, I'll just add, not putting exactly, but 45 means it will be around let's say 65%. This is like around 45%, let's say. Okay, so we have this Excel ready now. Okay, so what I will do now, I want to move this to a folder Excel automation. Just move it to here. You can see one Excel automation folder. With that, this is the path, document path it is asking. I pasted the document path, or you can navigate by clicking here. You can automatically navigate the full path. So this is the full path I have provided, and I can provide here also. Here is the path. Okay, this is the document, open. So this is the document path. It is taking our document path. Open existing document and select the document path. Okay, so on this it is asking make instance visible. Okay, make instance visible means sometimes we don't want end user to see the operation, means it will not show these dialogues actually, means it will not show in the taskbar. So it will automatically run in the background. If you want to run in the background, then make instance invisible, else make it invisible. I want to make it visible, so I'm keeping this. Then click on advanced. Okay, what exactly there in the advanced? If let's say if you have anything, so here if you see in the advanced, in advanced it has password. Password means sometimes in Excel sheet also we give the password, right? So that unauthorized, to avoid unauthorized access. So if you have any password, yes, you can provide here the password. Okay, password sometimes you can input directly, or if you want to store the password in the variable and pass the variable, yes, that one also you can do. It is a good practice to store in the variable, okay, instead of direct password passing. So there are two options. You can use either of these if you have any password, but I don't have any password because I have created this Excel in front of you right now, so I don't have any password here. Then mark instance visible. Yes, I want to see it, how it is executing in real time. Actually we will make it invisible, means it will run in the background. Open and Excel read only. I don't want to open it read only. So that's why I closed it as read only. And if you see here, load add-ins and macros. Okay, if you want to load any add-ins or macros, you have to check this. If you may see here, right, information specify whether to load add-in macro into the new Excel instance. I am not going to move it to an Excel instance, rather I am moving into the notepad, so I no need to check this. And variables produced, if you see Excel, it produce the variable Excel instance. And on error, again it is the, if you have any error, you can put the exception handling rule here. Okay, so let me save it. I think yes, we have done with our launch Excel activity. Then after launch, what we will do, we will read from Excel. You can see read from Excel. I'll drag it, drop it. Read from Excel. Actually in read from Excel, what are the options it has? It automatically took the Excel instance as parameter. Okay, so Excel instance is the, if you remember here we have one variable earlier, Excel instance. So it automatically took that variable here. Okay, retrieve. So in retrieve, there are three options: value of a single cell, values from a range of cells, value from a selections. So let me tell what exactly that three represents. So I have created this one, right? So in this, if you see here, value of a single cell, I want to retrieve a single cell value. Yes, I can use that. And value from a range of cells, I want to use that actually now, range of cells, because I want from this to till this all to retrieve, means A1, right? If you know the Excel, this is our column, these are rows. So A1 to D4, right? A1 to D4, correct? So we will specify the range, but let's say that last option also, what exactly? Values from selection means you can select some information. If you select here value from selection, it will ask you for select. You can select this, it will take automatically A1 to C3, it will not take A1 to D4. Okay, so you can specify your selection, or you can take single cell, or you can specify by range. Okay, there are three options. So I will go by range. So if you see here, we discussed what is that. First it is asking start column. What is our start column? This is the column, right? Start column is A, right? Start row is 1, correct? End row, what is end row? Sorry, end column. End column is D. End row is 4. Okay, then click on advanced, get cell content as text. Okay, get cell content as text. Want to convert it to text actually, because it is anyways, we will copy as discussed, we will take it to the notepad. Okay, or we can take it into the CSV also. We'll see with the notepad first. First line of range contains column names. Yes, our first line contains the column name, right? You check it. Yes, you can see here what variable it produced for us. It produced one variable for us, that is Excel data, correct? So now we have two variables, correct? So this is the Excel data. On error, again you can specify the exception. This is the Excel data variable. Save it. You can see soft flow main action, end row cannot be empty. You can see one error I am facing, main 2 parameter end row cannot be empty. Okay, then let's go. Where is the issue? Main action, read from Excel sheet per end row cannot be empty. Okay, see, end row cannot be empty. How beautifully we got the error. I have not set the end row here actually, right? End row, what is our end row? 3, 4, right? So define the 4 here. Okay, I think we are good to go. Yes, now we don't have any error. Okay, perfect. So let me save first. In between we can add also at later stage. So what is the next action item we have? Our next action item we have is, now we will write this to a text file, right? Text, right? Write text. So we have here file, right? Read text from file, write text to file. Let me drag and drop this. Write text to file. Then it is asking select parameters. So actually I don't have any file. If you remember, I have not created any file. So but I want to put in the same location. So let me go to this path. I'll put it here. Just put the same test excel dot txt. Sorry, txt. Okay, so then text to write. What text to write? You can see it is asking, right, what are the variables we have. So you can select any variable, which variable is useful. So as per here, currently we have Excel instance. Anyways, instance definitely not going to give us any information. but yes, our data is going to give us. So selected this one, Excel data. You can see it's added like this, percentile, Excel data percentile, append new line, because I want each data should be entered into the new line. So I am adding a new line here. If file exists, there are options, overwrite or append contents. So if you want to overwrite, yes, you overwrite. If you want to append, you can append. Okay, so let me show you overwrite. Let's say we'll see append first. Okay, encoding. Encoding, there are different kinds of encodings are there, default, ANSI, Unicode, and all these things are there. And again, exception, if you want to put, you can put the exception as well, then save it. Okay, so far so good. There is no error, we believe. Yes, there are no error. Okay, so then next action item we have earlier we saw, right? Close Excel. We'll drag and drop here. We have close Excel instance. Don't save the document before closing Excel. Save the document, save document as closing Excel. Okay, I want to save the document. Okay, save the document. Okay, so this is the 4 steps we performed so far. Okay, so let's go and run it. Let me run it. So if you notice, it is executing one by one. See, 1 2 3 4, it executed and completed. So let's go, we'll see. Yes, we got our new notepad, test Excel, and you can see it entered all the information's records, right? It's entered correctly or not, we'll see. Mark Raz, mark 7, 75, 100%. Okay, because percentile we never put in the conversion way, that's why I took. We'll discuss those later. 0.65, 0.45. Perfect. So we got our data, right? Percentage also, it is automatically converted to percentage, exactly, right? 100%, it divided by 100, right? So perfectly we got our response. Then let me go in another step. Let's say here, but I want to display the student class mark percentage. So what we can do here, we can go here, advanced option, first line column contains column names, right? If you want, you uncheck this, save it, and if you remember, we have made it append. You noticed what we made? Not here, write text, we have defined here append content, right? Let's see what it is doing. Now let's run it. So it is executing 1 2 3 4. Yes, done. Perfect. So let's go. Oh my god, I already opened this one, but let's see. Yes, is appended. You notice it's appended, right? Mark 3, it's second time it appended for us, right? Student class mark this, all these things happen, right? So we appended it, that's why it's again entered. And now if you see, we uncheck that one, it entered the first line as well, student class mark percentage. So we can do one thing now. We will change that to append to overwrite existing content. Save. Then let's run it. Let me save it first, then run it. Here it is. It overwritten whatever the extra entries are there, it overwritten and it just cleared the Excel sheet, right? So this is how you can play with the write text to file. Okay, then next we can do one thing. Variables to write, Excel data, select Excel data, Excel automation, I will put like text excel dot csv, open. I put the file path utf-8 it took, and then again variable is this advanced, include column names. Yes, I want to include. If file exists, overwrite. Yes, I want to override system default. It's asking what is the separated comma, semicolon, tab. I am putting system default. Use custom separator. If you want to put custom separate, you can define your own custom separator as well. Okay, then let's save it. It will write to file, it will write to csv, correct? So we will do one thing. I want to play around with this Excel sheet. I want to make it let's say email address. No, it will not add. Do you know why it will not add? Okay, let me add it. Email address a@test.com, b@test1.com, c@test3.com. So now I have added this 4, right? This 4 columns. I saved this Excel, but email address is added means now my Excel is extended to A to E, for A1 to E4, right? So let me save it, and here I need to extend this A1 to, this one should be E, this one is 4. Okay, now we are good to go. Let me save it, and then let's run it. It should write to the text also, it should write to the csv also. Okay, run it. Perfect. We'll see our text. Finally we got it. Email address also added over here, right? We got our notepad, we got our csv also. Here it is, comma separated values, right? Yes, this is our csv file. Okay, so finally we saw how to add it. Okay, so why this is coming? Let's see. Write to csv, advanced, include column names, overwrite existing content, separated, include column names, save. To close this up, don't save, run this. Okay, now you can see there is no column name added because we selected to add the column name. Okay, so now perfectly what we saw, we have created one Excel file, we have copied the content to the notepad, to the csv. Okay, so thank you everyone, that's all for today. Thanks.